And I'm Gail Mason, one of the commissioners, and I'll be running the meeting tonight. This is a regular meeting on Tuesday, May 13th, 2025, and it's 6 o'clock now. And I'd like to call this meeting to order. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by myself, and then we'll have a short, silent meditation. Please rise. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you sit down, and let's just take a minute to think about things before we get started. Amen. We have the roll call, please.
Vice Chair Sherry Fisher, absent. Commissioner Gia Caballon,
Present.
Commissioner Hector Diaz,
Present.
Commissioner Michael Flowers, absent. Commissioner Jennifer Gutierrez.
Here.
Commissioner Gail Mason.
Here.
Commissioner Shatur Patel, absent. Commissioner Betty Valles.
Here.
And Commissioner Garrett Beato.
Okay, great. The consent calendar, please. Roxanne, I believe you do that, don't you?
Oral communication.
Yeah.
Or the, oh, we don't, oh, yeah.
Do we have
I'm
any?
sorry.
Yeah, no, it's
We didn't have any.
we don't have any speaker cards today.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I just jumped ahead.
You're good.
Okay, the consent.
You have no items on consent, but you can move forward with the next section, which is the approval of minutes.
So let's check, okay, let me see what this is here. Approval of the minutes from the last meeting. So on about page 4, no, here we go. March 11th.
So as you may recall, there were, the minutes really reflect that there was no quorum.
That's right,
So this is a memorialization of that fact.
okay.
Okay.
Do we have to vote on that?
Yes,
Okay.
for the way that the recommendation is written.
Okay, all those in favor of approval of the March 11th non-quorum meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Looks like the motion's been carried. Okay. New business, which is none of my business. This is yours, Roxanne, is it not?
No, as the, I
Oh.
can assist you.
Oh, no, okay.
But as you're acting, I guess you're acting chair tonight.
Yes, I am.
So what is on new business is the selection of the vice chair of the Community and Senior Services Commission and the chair for the Community Senior Services Commission. Now, just to point out to the body that you do, while you do have a quorum, not all of the members of the body are present this evening. You can move forward. In the past, you've had the past practice of giving your, but keep in mind the difficulties that we have had in seating a quorum. So
Okay.
just keep that in mind. We would be doing this one at a time,
Okay.
taking each one as its own item,
Ooh, yes.
selecting the vice chair first.
Okay, all right.
Wait a minute, is it possible that we can table it for our next meeting? And hopefully that we can have the agenda? And then while I'm saying this, I think that it's about time we start enforcing the rules that we do have said for people that miss 3 consecutive meetings without no excuse or without the committee knowing anything about it. It's time that you release them and let their person that appointed them, the city council that appointed them, that let him know or let her know that it's time for her to appoint someone else. Because we can't keep going on like this, month after month without a quorum. It's just getting out of hand. And I think it's about time we start enforcing what's best for our communities. So with that, I make a motion that we table the elections until next month or whenever we have a meeting.
July.
And hopefully that by then we have a better quorum. But let them know that if they're not present for that meeting, automatically they will be released.
Okay, do I have a second on that motion?
I second.
Okay, there's a second on the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion is passed. We will hold it over till July.
So we take, because each item, each position is listed as its own agenda item, we'll move to the third item, which is the chair, was a selection of chairs. So if it's the intent to have a similar motion, someone will need to make that similar motion.
Okay, all right. Okay, under new business, section 3 is the selection of the chair for the Community and Senior Service Commission. At this moment in time, do we have anyone that,
I will nominate Gail.
Second.
oh, I hear a motion.
You have a motion on the floor?
I have a
You
motion on the
second?
floor. Is there any questions or anything? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so just,
That's kind of a shock.
aw, well, congratulations, Madam
It's
Chair.
been a long time.
Yeah, congratulations. Welcome back.
Okay.
To the seat.
I can't believe, this is unbelievable. This is not.
Well, no,
Aw.
you're always here, and I think you make a good
Okay,
chair.
all right, all right. Well, let's carry on then, shall we?
All right.
Number 4.
You're moving on to the fourth item of your agenda, your
Yes.
selection of ad hoc committee members.
This is tough. Okay, because it requires 4 commissioners for each one,
Are
okay?
we still gonna have that, even though,
Well, the motion that you made originally had to do with the vice chair. If you would
Right.
like to make a
Oh.
similar motion,
I thought
you
I was
you
make-
absolutely can.
I thought I was making a motion to cancel.
You can.
Table the elections. The only thing you said that we needed a president, so that's when I nominated Gail.
No, ma'am, that's not what was said. What was said is that each one would be taken separately because those were the 2 agenda
Okay,
items.
it was my misunderstanding
That's
then.
okay. So if you would like to consider having the ad hoc committee making those selections tonight, we can move forward with that. If there is an alternate motion, that is also to the pleasure of the commission as well.
Okay, well, I'm going to speak to the members here, okay?
You're welcome to have that dialogue.
Yeah, there's 4 separate subcommittees, and there's 4 to each committee. That means we're going to be busy.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's the whole thing.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Now, if, as far as I'm concerned, I would imagine we could hold this off till our next meeting.
We just need
A
the
motion? Okay, and can I make a motion as chair? I didn't think I could.
Yes, you can
Oh, I
make a
can,
motion,
okay.
Mr. Chair.
I'll make a motion that we hold over the selection of the ad hoc committee members until our next meeting. Do I have any?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, passed. We will wait on that. Okay, continued business is the update on the Parks Master Plan.
So the intent was to come before this body earlier, and as you know, we've had a number of meetings that had to be postponed or canceled due to the lack of a quorum. So as most of you are probably aware of at this point, the city is in the process of a Parks Master Plan, Parks Recreation Master Plan initiative. I believe many of you have received those emails inviting you to participate in the community workshops. So with us this evening, with us as far as a staff report is concerned this evening, We have some backup of the agenda item that went to the city council meeting of January 21st, 2025. This is the staff report that the city council acted upon, in which they did approve, or excuse me, award the RFP to RJM Design Group. If you take a look at that staff report, it is your attachment number 1 to this agenda item. You will see the evaluation criteria that each of the proposed consultants were scored on, what the maximum scoring rate was. You can also see the vendors, the consultants that all applied for the RFP, and their relative scores.
Did you say?
Mhm, it's
Okay, I
attachment.
just wanted to make sure.
It's attachment 1 of agenda item number 5. So you want to turn to agenda item number 5. And we wanted to give, again, this report was actually a tabled item from a previous Community and Senior Services Commission meeting, because we've had a number of meetings that have been canceled. We still wanted to give the commission the opportunity to ask any questions. Although the firm has been selected, as you are aware, because we are in the process, we wanted to provide some data for you as to how and why this particular firm was recommended. So if there's any questions, we're happy to answer them.
Okay, now, I don't know if I'm on the, I've got agenda 1, attachment 1 here.
So do you want to
You're on the right
turn
page.
to
this
agenda
just tells you
item
that-
number 5?
This is the file on the first page. Turn back.
Okay, one more? Oh,
See, so this is
Oh,
item
okay.
5.
Agenda item number 5, and then the attachment that's attached to it is the staff report.
yes, that's 5.
That went to the city council back on January 21st, 2025.
Wait, just seemed, remember when we did the last big park thing about 10 years ago or something?
Parks master plans have a shelf life of 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
So you have a great memory.
Thinking-
You're right. Your question is perfect. Yes,
Oh.
it's a well-timed question. So
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome. I was thinking, boy, this seems deja vu, you know?
And that's really the intent. This is something that you want to continuously take a look at. Like I said, they typically have a shelf life of 5 to 10 years. Oftentimes, your community members, your demographics change, the needs of the community change. That's why it's something that it's recommended that it's that time frame.
Now it makes sense, because I saw Ole do it, and I'm going to the next one, and I thought, why are they doing this again? It just seems like we have done it, you know?
Yes. Just like any other of
Yeah.
our general plans, our updates that we do to that, this
Right.
is the same type of process.
Okay.
Or similar.
Yeah, right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just check this out, but this has already gone to council?
It's already gone to council.
Okay, so it's over the hill and
It's
we've got
not,
it.
you're in the process, we're giving you the opportunity to ask any questions that you may have about the firm. Again, this item had been scheduled a few times, and because of a lack of a quorum, the opportunity for the commission to provide feedback didn't occur because of
Right.
that.
Because I would have to read till couldn't do it now, because I wouldn't know what I wanted to ask, you know?
No, and I understand it,
Yeah.
and both Susie, Perez, and myself, we are available if you have direct questions
Okay.
at any time. I know that Deborah Johnson had sent an email to the commission inviting them to the workshops. There's information about the process for the workshops.
Yeah, 'cause-
Again,
yeah.
if you have any questions, this body, we're happy to answer them.
Now, another thing, the one that's Ole are giving, okay, is it the same one 3 different times, or is he building up on what he heard the first time and he presents that to the second group?
So the RGM Design Group is the one giving the workshops, and that's exactly right. It's
Okay.
not the same workshop 3 different
Good,
times.
good.
It builds upon
Okay.
each one.
In fact, I was gonna call him, I thought, I'm gonna call him, tell him, you better bring all that information to the next workshop, so that they know what's going on.
You can also visit the website, so there's a website just dedicated
Oh,
for the
okay.
Parks Master
Oh, okay.
Plan. And so there you can also provide your feedback. visit the site, look at the statistics, and that's where they're gonna be updating all of the information and the data as they receive it and collect it.
Okay.
And then also at the senior center, we do have available surveys in all of our community centers. So if, somebody can't access those websites, we do have paper copies available to the
Oh, okay.
community as well.
Okay.
So with that being said, as far as the surveys are concerned, the surveys follow each of the workshops.
Yes.
And so there is an opening and a close of those surveys. Tonight is actually when the workshop one survey closes.
Right.
The reason that it closes tonight is because it's ahead of workshop two, because they take the information that's collected from both the workshop and the survey, they
Collate it.
put that together, they use that information to develop what will be discussed and really frame what the workshop number
Okay,
two will
okay,
cover.
good. Oh, yeah, that's good.
And so we really encourage, if you haven't had the opportunity to take that survey, take the survey.
Yeah.
It's really important that we get as much feedback as possible. If I may, Jen, please encourage Pony Baseball to attend the meetings and to take the survey. The city council made created an opportunity, a platform for to create a focus on the parks and our recreation programming. So really having our youth sports involved is paramount. If there's ideas that you have, feedback that you want to give, now's the time to do it.
Surveys on the specific website?
It is.
Okay.
And actually, since it looks like, and I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes, we'll probably end a little bit early. We can take some time to show you, the website, and we can go over that with you, okay?
That would be nice. Helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to,
Do you?
Receive and file.
Receive and file. Real quick, if I may, Susie, put you on the spot
course.
momentarily. You want to give them a little bit of information about the last workshop, the attendance and.
Sure. So the last workshop was held, or the first workshop
Yes.
was held at Cameron Community Center, and we had about 80 in attendance.
80?
Yes, so
Fantastic.
it was highly attended, and so when everyone arrived, we were able to kind of identify on a map where in West Covina they were coming from.
right.
So we had representation from some of our different sports leagues. Girls softball was there, senior softball, our pickleballers. We had individuals from the school districts. We had one school that brought out their students that, gave a presentation. There was about 6 students that came up and they shared their feedback in regards to what they wanted to see at specific parks. And then they broke off into different areas or different tables, and RJM provided different questions. And then together, they discussed those, and then those were brought forth before everyone. And RJM's going to take all of that information back, again, put the data together, and then bring that forth for the second meeting. So we're hoping to get the same, if not more, for the second meeting. It's next Wednesday, May
senior.
28th,
Yeah.
at the senior center
Yeah.
from 6 to 8.
Yeah, that's the one
2
I,
weeks. 2 weeks, yes.
so this basically wasn't divided into districts then?
No.
Because I saw he had 3 and I kept thinking, well, maybe he's going to go with, so, okay.
No, this is citywide.
Citywide, yeah.
Citywide, and we
Yeah.
had representation from every corner in the city.
Okay,
Mhm.
good. Oh, good. I like that, because it was hard getting, well, I remember some of those now, it kind of comes back to me, stored away for the season. Okay, well, we have no ad hoc committee reports, because we have no committees yet. Commissioner reports, so this was kind of fun that we used to do, is what we go to each commissioner and see what you had been to that following 2 months, okay? And then to just see where we've been, so, Jennifer, I'll start with you.
I did not attend any of the events. All of my time is at West Covina Pony Baseball.
Oh, well,
But if that counts for anything.
no,
My
fine,
volunteer
that's
hours
fine.
are there every day.
okay, Betty.
Yes, I wanted to let the staff know that I had my income tax made there at the senior center. And there was a wonderful comment made of the whole staff and also of the center. The director that was directing from AARP mentioned to me that that West Covina Center was one of the best places for them, and that they were very pleased with the reception that they get there, that you were very polite and very helpful, and that they're very pleased to come to our city to help the senior citizens with their issues. So that's what I wanted to let the staff know, that was mentioned through AARP.
You should have passed that along. Do you know
Yeah.
offhand how many people were able to receive tax
Yeah, and
assistance
I've been
this year?
meaning
was
to go to
closer to
the
300.
meetings, council meetings, but, the city meetings, but unfortunately, I've had a lot of issues, hardships that has been happening to me since January. And, so I do watch watch it on TV, but your voice is very bad. It cuts off to the point where you don't know what they're saying. Especially, I'm very concerned with the oral reports, and it's very hard to know what anyone is saying. So maybe if, that can help you out on it, but I just wanted to deliver the message about ARP and the satisfaction that they've had with the services there.
Yes, and if I may add, Vanessa just shared with me that over 300 seniors were able to get their taxes filed for free at the
They're
senior center this
wonderful.
season.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, we love, hosting AARP and for them to come out and do the taxes. We had.
Does Kevin do all of them?
No, Robert is the liaison. You
Robert,
had Robert do
that's
your
it,
taxes,
Robert.
yes. So he is the
That was
liaison
it,
for
Robert.
AARP for our district and our
Uh-huh.
center, and we've been working with him for, numerous years.
Oh,
And,
okay.
he's such a positive person, and he, every year it's very, easy to work with him, and we have a good working relationship, and we try to service as many people as we can. So, we're one of the top senior centers that provides that service in the area,
Yeah.
so.
Great. Well, that was a wonderful report. Yeah.
I've been meaning to go to the meetings, but, unfortunately, all
Well,
this is happening to
You
me.
you
so.
can watch part of them on YouTube or something, and hope for the sound.
That's my report, so.
Okay. And what have you been up to, my dear?
It's been a while. The last event, though, was the Spring Festival, which was nice. It was a great day, met a lot of people, a lot of the businesses, went around to some of the businesses who were not on the street, in the designated area, but they were in their own brick and mortar. So I met a lot of them, and introduced myself. It was a good day, It's been a while, but I went to the swearing in of the new police chief. A lot of if my memory would serve me, but I can remember those too.
Great. Hector?
The only event I went to was the Sports Flicks, which was a weekend on Saturday. But it was a really small turnout compared to last year. I saw you there, as far as the vendors, it was, I remember last year there was a huge turnout. This time it was kind of, maybe half the people were there. Well, why is that?
We appreciate your feedback. I think, one of the things that we can't control, it's completely out of control, is the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But staff, it was cold, and
Yeah.
staff is definitely taking a look at all areas of the events, just as they always do, in ways that they can improve and build upon from the previous years.
Yeah.
So your feedback is appreciated.
At least I got my blood pressure checked.
So you
glucose
had a good
checked.
time. You're good. You're ready
And
to
you
go.
were
That's what I'm hearing.
You passed. Well, did you hit anything?
I have not been going to the senior events.
Well,
and,
we'll check
community
up on you
events.
next
I know.
time.
I know.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome.
I believe commissioners do get reminds on new community events.
Yes,
Yes,
are you set up with the city email?
I do not have a city.
Okay, I'll
so
follow up
that's-
with Deb. It may be a part of that packet there, I'm not
It is.
sure. But I'll definitely follow up with Deb on your email,
Yeah,
Gail
yeah,
yours,
yeah.
and Jen yours as well.
Yeah, the
Yes.
second page, honey, and I couldn't find the last one, that's why I missed out softball. I was
tells
so
you all the
mad at
events.
unbelievable. I really
Yes, but
was.
they are all listed
There
there
I
as
see
well.
the pictures, everybody's smiling.
The upcoming events.
I'm not there. Anyway, anyway, I did go to the spring, and I did do a couple other things, but my memory has lost me now. But I would have gone down to the senior thing, but it was too cold. And I thought, I'm not stomping around down there, I know what it's like when it's warm, you know? Okay, well, items to be agendized, do you have anything that?
I think we have some items to bring back. You have the selection of the vice chair, you have your ad hoc committees.
Yeah.
Between now and July 8th, you know, you do have some special events that are coming up. In addition to that, July is Parks Make Life Better Month, that's Parks and Rec Month. So
Yes.
you will be hearing from the staff regarding a attendance at a city council meeting, because it's very important that our commissioners are present to accept the proclamation
Because they, I mean,
for that month.
the one over at Palmview last year, I mean,
The open house?
yes, fantastic.
coming up.
It's coming up.
Fantastic, and it should be coming up,
Yes, it is.
you know, and that's great, but it's nice if the community would hear about
Yeah.
those too.
Mhm.
That would be really good, because you're gonna be so surprised, you know, that they're just fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna make a suggestion that we adjourn, since we got to all the business, or is there anything else, Roxanne?
You're gonna make a motion to adjourn?
Oh, I will make a motion for that. I'm sure everybody's ready, huh? I make a motion that we close the May 11th meeting. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? May 13th?
Have a second.
You need a second?
Second.
I second.
He seconded. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. See you in a couple months, but we'll see you at the parks too.
Adjourned officially at 6:27.
27th.
6:27. Adjourned at 6:27.
Yeah.
We don't know.